The Beach FM Business Lunch Show, brought to you by PlaceMakers Kapiti Horowhenua. Together we're building New Zealand.
Welcome back to the Business Lunch on Beach FM, and let's talk home and living now, and let's talk to Paula's Home and Living's Paula. G'day, Paula.
Hi, how are you going, Damian?
I'm very well. How are you doing at this time?
Well, quite relaxed sitting here at home, although I seem to be busier than I ever am at the moment for some reason.
Yeah. Hey, you got a very successful, rave-reviewed home and living business in Paraparaumu. Can you tell me a bit about your history, how long you've been around?
Yeah, sure. Well, my husband and I, we moved up in 2004. I had a meltdown, had a second baby at premature, almost 12 weeks early, and kind of decided I needed to get out of the corporate rat race and try and do something a bit different. And so we came up to Kapiti, and I wanted to buy a business that would basically make me heaps of money and run itself. So I spent about 2 years looking at, about 100 businesses, and none of them really fulfilled that dream. So eventually we found a business in Levin in 2006, and it was a furniture business. So we bought that, and went from there. It was going really well for a while, and then the recession hit in 2008. So we were kind of like, shoot, we've spent all this money, we need to make this work. So we ended up looking around in Paraparaumu, because we live in Raumere, and decided we would set up our own furniture shop down this way. So that's how Paula's really got going. So we kind of worked on all our learnings from the Levin store. We kept that going, and we moved it down the road to a smaller place in Levin. And then, we set up Kapiti and our Paraparaumu store, and we started off at 900 square metres, and we've grown over the years till today. So we've been in business, 12 years. We're now 3,000 square metres. So we've got more space each year. We're a bit risk adverse and decided we needed to pace ourselves. And every year we kind of got busier and busier and bigger. So, we ended up where we are today. And the first few years I thought, what the heck have I done? I've gone from working 60 hours a week, which I decided was too many, to working about 160 hours a week. So,
definitely.
and for a lot less money. So I was like, what have we done?
Did you know anything about furniture beforehand?
No, absolutely nothing. I didn't even really like furniture. I didn't really even have a passion for it. But I have actually grown to absolutely love the business now. And it's taken a lot of years of hard work where, like I say, we went from big salaries to absolutely nothing, and now we're finally at the point where we don't really work in the business, and, it runs itself, and I still have quite a lot to do with it. And in moments like at the moment with COVID, I'm full on. I've been working back to my 160 hours a week, I feel like, because the staff have sort of all been off. They've been back for the last week, and I've been managing all the accounts and website and the warehouse, and my husband's out delivering, which we never do. So we're back to the basics again, but you've got to do what you've got to do when the going gets tough. So I'd
like to talk about those early days, because you buy a new business and then the global financial crisis hits. How did you get through those early years and starting a new business and getting yourself out there while maintaining going through that?
Well, we just we had the business we bought was a huge. Also, it was about it was a 2.5 square metre store, and it was like, well, we can't afford these rents. With the turnover dropped significantly by half, and luckily the lease was we had we'd only signed a 2+ year lease, so the 2 years were up. So we decided we'll move down the road to a smaller site and make that work. So again, it's like, well, signing up to a long-term lease, what can happen? Luckily we kind of did the right thing there. And then, we also looked at, sometimes, the rents were really good down the road and in the Kapiti at that time. So we thought, well, let's just, give it a gamble and try it out. And luckily we got through the recession. And that first year in business in Paraparaumu we exceeded our budget. So we were happy. So...
What sort of principles have you had that have been the keys as your success?
Well, it's about thinking of when you do something, I guess, being really risk adverse and thinking, what's the worst case that could happen here? Right. Obviously, everything's a risk, but if something really went wrong, what would be your fallback? And that's what we've always thought about when we've done anything, So I think that's what's been our success. We've always been tight on what we pay for rent, what we sign up for. I've never signed until I've really, like in Kapiti, we only signed for a 1-year lease to start with. And then as it got better, we're up to 6 years now. In fact, I've actually bought the building a couple of years ago. So, if I bought it at the beginning, I probably would have owned it by now, but now I've got a big mortgage. But, hindsight. But, and you don't know, I wanted to try it out first rather than, having all that debt and it not working. So, keeping rents low, staff, I've kept, really manage my staffing, make sure that, we don't have too many and bringing them on when you need them as contractors. It's just sort of learning like that, I guess. Yeah.
This pandemic has definitely illustrated that we need to be have an online presence. And not too long ago, you actually put in the effort to making the website very well. How is that done for your business?
Oh, it's been amazing. And in fact, it was probably about 6 months ago, we had a website, and it was a website we did actually, we really maintained. My sister actually manages the website from her home, and, she was full-time on it, and it was okay. We felt at the time it was okay, but then when we looked at stats on what a website should do compared to your business in terms of percentage, we thought, well, ours is really underperforming. And so we kind of started looking at that and said, let's look at upgrading it. So we upgraded it, went to a more stable, Shopify platform, and we did that 6 months ago reluctantly. My sister didn't want to do it; she liked what she had, but it was the best thing we've done, because even as soon as we upgraded it, sales started coming in better, flowing through, and with COVID, it's been amazing. So it's just made life. Means we've still got a little bit of income coming in while everything's been shut up, and between my sister and I, we're flat out at the moment. So.
Being at home has definitely made us more aware of our surroundings, and I myself have done a lot of things to make sure my time here has been more comfortable. What are a lot of things that people out there may not think about may help with home function or, sleeping more properly? How often should we think about more things in the house?
I think look at furniture, because we've always been in competition in furniture with travel. Or, buying a car and those sort of things. Because people, if you've got surplus money, you either spend it on your home or you go on a trip or you buy a new car quite often. So we're thinking, well, travel's out of the equation at the moment. So hopefully people are thinking about their furniture and their beds. And having been in lockdown, they're probably, I think a lot of my friends I've heard, they've all been cleaning houses, looking at, spring cleaning, painting, you name it. So hopefully people have been thinking while they're at home, we really do need a new lounge suite or, whatever. And the bed, maybe they're lying in bed. We've spent probably more time in bed lately. This bed's really not right. So we're hoping that, and I guess the website size has been getting so far, we're sort of starting to show that it's happening, that we're hoping that people are thinking, wow, it's time for a refresh, let's look at that. So that's what we're hoping out of it, on the positive spin of it all.
Absolutely. And since a lot of us have probably changed our beds or something, technology has advanced so much. So any questions that they've had, you might have a back condition or whatever, you guys would have various knowledge of your products and what you can suggest is right.
Yeah, well, absolutely. We are a bed store, so we're a bed specialist store. So my staff have all worked for me for 8 years plus, and they absolutely know their products. So I always say to my staff, point of difference that Paula's has got is, we've got the expertise, we've got the knowledge, and and making sure we give customers, what's going to work for them, not just selling them something, something that
Absolutely.
they're actually going to love and appreciate and get the comfort they want out of it. So yeah, we try to not be like just, what we feel their competitors do a lot is just to sell something. We actually really do care about our customers and want to sell them that something they're going to rave about and tell their friends, that they bought it from Paula's and they're happy.
That's the one.
And a bed, really, if you had a bed that's older than 10 years, you really need to replace it. They do accumulate moisture and springs do fail, and it's probably not giving you the support you need anymore. So, yeah, beds in particular.
These
I
are
would
things.
recommend coming to us. Yeah.
These are things. As you said,
Mm.
the travel in the new car might be out the window at the moment. So let's
Yeah,
hop at home and let's be comfortable.
let's hope.
So where can
Yeah.
people find you,
I mean,
Paula?
well, we're at 25 EPH Street in Paragram, across the railway line, which I know lots of people don't like going across the railway line, but it's well worth a visit. You will be pleasantly surprised when you come in. One of our, key value propositions is that we want to provide an inspiring retail experience that will redefine your home and living spaces. So I think that's a really important thing to think about right now when you're coming to visit us. And the big thing about if you support us, you actually support our staff and New Zealand, because we actually have a lot of New Zealand-made product, and we source all our product from mostly New Zealand suppliers. So you buy something from us, you're supporting a lot of other people in New Zealand as well. So it's kind of like, and get behind your community and shopping local, and you support a whole lot of people.
That's exactly it, and that's why we have this show, and that's why we talk to you beautiful people. So thank you so much for your time today, Paula. I'm actually
You're welcome.
about to do renovations and buy a new bed, so I'm going to come and see you soon.
Awesome. Thank you, Damian. Good to talk to you.